Like, this is kind of crazy because I always wanted to do YouTube and I'm finally doing it. Hello everyone, my name is Plant-Based Stan and welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. This is, I want to say, years in the making. I remember when I was in I believe my sophomore year of college, right? And I was taking like this marketing class and we had like this project and I was telling my professor that I wanted to do like a YouTube channel, but I don't really remember exactly what I wanted to do the channel on. But all I remember him basically telling me is that I'm too old to do YouTube. So that kind of discouraged me a little bit. And now, I guess during this whole pandemic, I decided just to go off of my gut and just do what the hell I want to do. First of all, you're never ever too old to do something that you desire. So that's point blank period, right? And I'm so angry that like I let my professor discourage me because I could have been on YouTube for years now, could have maybe had, I don't know, over 500 subscribers by now. Ugh, I'm so angry. I don't know, I guess I didn't have a lot of confidence and I didn't really know who I was, and I was trying to figure out like my place and I was trying to find my tribe in a sense. And like now that I'm older, I just realized that you just need to do what the hell you want to do and just F everyone else's opinion, because at the end of the day, you need to do what makes you happy, you know?
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Like the biggest Brooklynite ever. I feel like Brooklyn is better than any other borough in New York City. And actually, if you're not from New York City, you're not from New York, point blank period. And one thing that's rare is like meeting other people who are like, who are from New York in general. Like, because I know a lot of people, okay, like later on in life, like obviously when you're in school, it's different. Like the majority of everyone is from the same area or grew up in the same area, was born in the same area. But now that I'm older, I realize maybe 80% or maybe even 90% of the people I interact with aren't true New Yorkers. Like they wasn't born here. They came here. So I find that to be very, very weird and very interesting at the same time, because it's just like, to find a true New Yorker is like finding a freaking needle in a haystack, you know? It's so rare to find someone who was born and raised in New York City. You get what I'm saying? I get this question a lot. Why did I go vegan? Why did I go plant-based, right? And I have to basically say I was introduced to this diet from my little sister. And I remember we went on like this family trip and she was basically vegan. Well, she went vegan for a few weeks anyways. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm so confused. Like, girl, you being extra. Like, my little sister's always like extra. Not extra in the bad way, but like always trying to find some alternative lifestyle or whatever the case may be. She's always experimenting with things that we typically in our household aren't used to, you know. So being from my family, being from the South, and my aunt used to always say like, we eat everything from the ROOTA to the TOOTA, right? So we used to eat, well, I used to eat pig feet, pigtails, pig ears, chitlins, hog maw, pork shoulder. I used to eat every. So for my sister to come in and be like, oh no, I'm not eating that anymore, or I'm giving up like dairy, or I'm giving up meat, and stuff like that, and cheese or eggs, like anything from an animal, I'm just giving it up. I'm not eating it. I'm not touching it. That's it. And I think what made her do that was the film What the Health on Netflix, right? Everyone's seen that film. If you haven't seen What the Health, I suggest watching it, because that's when I kind of started like rethinking about, holy crap, like the stuff that I'm putting in my body is like killing me, you know? And like the documentary on Netflix, they basically say that when you eat certain things, it can kind of, you know, help you, you know. So I just found that very interesting. I'm like, well, maybe I can give up certain things as well. And at that time, I wasn't really eating pork like that. And if I did eat pork, it was only on like special occasions, like Thanksgiving or Christmas when my mom made it. Because like living on your own, like me living on my own, I didn't know how to make ham, or I didn't know how to make pork shoulders or chitlins or stuff like that. So I only really ate pork during like the holidays. And yes, I would go to the bodega or the corner store and get me my bacon, egg, and cheese, you feel me? But when I did do that, it was always turkey bacon, you know? And then I wasn't really eating beef like that. We used to eat ground chicken. Like, so if you would make pasta, like spaghetti or something, I will use ground chicken versus ground beef. But the only thing that like I really did enjoy eating, and I still miss today as being on this plant-based diet, is cheese. I miss cheese so much, and seafood, especially shrimp. Oh, like that's one thing that I miss so much. And so in the beginning it was very challenging. As I said, like I didn't really know what to eat. At that time I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time, and I just gained so much weight during that period. And then if I believe like I had high cholesterol, because I would just go to work. I would go to school and I go back to work, and I'll come home and do my schoolwork, and I'll go back out, like, and I would just grab things that wasn't really healthy or do takeout, because that was the easiest thing to do for me. So when I transitioned into this diet, like the first, I want to say 3 months, like the first 3 months I lost weight like that. I got so skinny because, like I said, I didn't really know what to eat. And then as time progressed and I got to know the diet and what things to eat, like legumes and like grains and stuff like that, I started to build back the weight that I kind of lost, but healthy weight. I remember like my aunt used to have chickens and stuff in the back of the house. And I remember her, like one time, I remember this like it was yesterday. It was cloudy. It was cloudy. It was probably, it was in the summer. It was super cloudy outside. It was maybe about 90 degrees. And I remember my aunt going to the chicken coop, right? And like, now that I think about it, this is like horrible. But I remember her going to the chicken coop and basically picking up the chicken by the neck and putting it on the tree stump and basically chopping the chicken head off. And like, this as a kid was so scary, because she let the chicken, the body part of the chicken go, and the chicken was still running around. Like, that crap freaked me out. I started like transitioning into this plant-based diet since I was young. Because remember, I used to eat everything, right? So I remember one night we was in North Carolina, and my aunt, she made pig feet. I used to love pig feet. And then I remember like looking at the pig feet one day, and it had like little hairs on it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like, I ate it, because if I didn't eat it, I would have got whooped. But from that day on, like, I stopped eating pig feet. Same thing with the pig ears. Like, I see little hairs on it, and I'm like, no, I'm not. No, this is not for me anymore. You get what I'm saying? I just like, no. No more pig feet, no more pigtails, no more pig ears, none of that, okay? That was just, it was, for me, that, I felt like that was just too much. I felt like I was eating like a human or something. Like, it was disgusting. But going to the South every summer, I feel like it kind of made me who I am, and it made us as city kids be super creative, because my aunt, she lived in like a rural town. So like, everything was spread out. Like in the city in New York, you know, everything is so close, but there everything was spread out. And then my aunt, she didn't have cable. So we didn't have cable, and then she didn't like us in the house. So we had to be creative and come up with games and, you know, make up stories and just do random things, you know, in the backyard. We would ride our bikes to like the gas station to get snacks. And now that, so, okay. So one thing that I love to do with being on this diet is kind of sort of like recreating dishes that I used to have when I basically wasn't plant-based, when I was eating meat and shrimp, well, eating meat and seafood and stuff like that, right? So I find like I find it to be cool that like you can kind of imitate the things that you enjoy, though the things that you used to enjoy. And I get frustrated with people that be like, oh, you're vegan, so why would you want a crab cake? Or you're vegan, why would you want fried chicken? Okay, yes, I'm vegan, but for the last couple of years since I was born, I've been eating those things. So sometimes I crave those things, you get what I'm saying? But I don't want to eat those things. So for me, if I'm craving it, I want to recreate it. So that's something that I enjoy doing. So like, I like my little crabless crab cakes, or my little fake shrimp, or my little vegan chicken wings with cauliflower. But this one thing that I want to recreate, and I know this might sound crazy and disgusting, but like I said, I used to eat pork and I used to eat chitlins, and that's like one thing that I want to recreate. I know it sounds freaking disgusting, but I want to veganize chitlins. So like, anyone out there that can give me a suggestion, or, you know, send me a recipe my way, you know, write it in the comments, email me, hit me up on social media, let me know what can I do, what ingredients I should use so I can recreate chitlins. Because please, please, please like, share, and comment if you enjoyed this video. I will be uploading videos every week because I have nothing else to do because I'm unemployed. But I will be uploading videos every week, and just come along with me on this journey. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be very fun and very interesting. I promise you that. So like I said, like, share, and comment, and I will see you next week, baby.